Hey dreamers, I'm Reverend Sasha Elycia, and I wrote a book called Divine Dreams, Our Purpose and Destiny Revealed by God. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, we discuss the divine purpose and relevance of our dreams from a faith-based perspective. So be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Today's topic is dream symbols, and we're going to jump right in with our root scripture found in Genesis 37, 6 through 9. Joseph had a dream. When he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said, "Listen to this dream that I had. We were all out in the field gathering bundles of wheat. All of a sudden, my bundle stood straight up and your bundle circled around it and bowed down to mine." I just wanted to put emphasis on that particular verse because in this instance, the bundles of grain actually represented people. Actually, symbolism is very interesting because people can represent people can represent different objects, they can represent different creatures, and I'm going to get into that a little later. But as I said before in a prior segment, I represented my god sister, but you can also represent other people that you know. You can even represent other genders. I've represented my brother before. I've represented friends of mine that were males. And sometimes you can even have reversals of what people can represent. It gets very interesting. I also want to mention objects. So objects can represent words. They can represent actions and people as well, just like it was found in Genesis 37, 6 through 9. In this example, it was the sheaves or the bundles of grain. And then in verse 9, it brings up sun, moon, and stars. And those were representative of people as well, which I'll jump into a little later. But I want to give a more practical example as well. Sometimes a person may dream of an object like a gun. A gun can be literal in some dreams, but if it's symbolic, it can represent words. So it can represent like a verbal attack, okay? So keep that in mind. Another thing that can take place in some dreams is places, right? So symbolism can come in the form of places such as a house or different places in a house or around a house, like the kitchen. The kitchen oftentimes can represent what's going on in your heart. Also, a porch. So if you dream of something taking place on a porch, it means that it's something that's going to come to public knowledge, like everybody's going to know about it. It's out in the open because it's outside of the house. So keep that in mind as well. I want to give a few more examples. And one in particular, too, is there is an incident with my brother dreaming about me getting sick, and my mother was present and she was calling my name out. But what actually happened is that when it manifested, it was the reverse. My mother had gotten sick and I was calling my mother's name out. So again, it's interesting, like people in different relationships can represent other people. You can even dream of maybe if your relationship is with, that you're dreaming about is maybe a father-daughter, you can dream of a father-daughter in another family, right? So the emphasis is that it isn't you, but it's another family with that same type of relationship, like a brother and sister situation or a father and daughter situation. So let's keep that in mind because as I go deeper into this, I want to talk about how symbolic dreams can also have animals and creatures, which is what I'll be talking about in next week's segment. And if you're enjoying this series, please feel free to tell a friend and share with your family.
Believe You are God.